The weekend after I publish this video will be the 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. Let's talk about that. Here's your armed citizen meme of the week. Screen cap it, crop it, and send it to everyone you know.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
Before I get started with the content, I want you to know this is 100% human, 0% AI. I write my own scripts and I record my own videos. And while I got your attention, I'm going to ask what everyone else does. I'm going to ask that you like my video. I'm going to ask that you subscribe to my channel and share it with your friends. And if you're feeling real generous, I have a Buy Me a Coffee link. Toss a few coins my way so I can stay stocked in ammo. Let's get on with the content. It was on July 2nd, 1776, that 56 men representing the 13 colonies put their signatures to the Declaration of Independence. It was released on July 4th. If you never listened to Rush Limbaugh tell the story of these men, you should. And the reason is because in their final words of the declaration, they said, "And for support of this declaration, with a firm reliance on the protection of divine providence, we mutually pledge to each other our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor." 9 of those 56 men lost their lives in the Revolutionary War. 5 were captured or imprisoned. The wives and children of many of those signers were killed, jailed, mistreated, and often left penniless. The houses of 12 of these men were burned to the ground by the British, and there was no insurance back then. 17 of these men lost everything they owned. None of them defected. Their honor remained intact. And before you mock the old, rich white men, most of these men were in their 30s, some even in their 20s. And my question to you is, would you have put your name to that parchment, knowing that you, your fortune, and your family will likely not survive the coming conflict? Do you believe in something, anything, with that much conviction? The foundation that was laid in those 13 colonies 250 years ago was the total opposite of the entirety of world history to that point. It was a concept that the citizens controlled the government, not the government controlling the citizens. Those 13 colonies became independent states, bound together in common cause. And that 13 is now 50 states, each their own independent experiment in freedom. Here is a sign titled The American's Creed. It was written by Dean Alphonse about 1950. If you know where this sign stands, please tell me. I wish to stand before it. I will read it to you. And I promise I will weep, I will sniffle, I will cry, because these words mean that much to me. And I pray that I can never read these words dispassionately, because that means they have lost their meaning to me. The American's Creed. I do not choose to be a common man. It is my right to be uncommon. I seek opportunity to develop whatever talents God gave me, not security. I do not wish to be a kept citizen, humbled and dulled by having the state look after me. I want to take the calculated risk, to dream and to build, to fail and to succeed. I refuse to barter incentive for a dole. I prefer the challenges of life to the guaranteed existence, the thrill of fulfillment to the stale calm of utopia. I will not trade freedom for benefits, nor my dignity for a handout. I will never cower before any earthly master, nor bend to any threat. It is my heritage to stand erect, proud and unafraid, to think and act myself, enjoy the benefit of my creations, and to face the world boldly and say, "This, with God's help, I have done." All this is what it means to be an American. There is a difference between being a citizen of the United States and being an American. You can be one or the other or both. Where do you stand? America is not perfect. We have made many mistakes. We have done many wrong things. We have also made achievements that the world never dreamed of. A couple of brothers from Dayton, Ohio, designed and flew the first aircraft. A deaf kid from Milan, Ohio, grew up and created the phonograph, made the first commercially viable light bulb, and actually made an industry out of inventing. A guy from Massachusetts developed the first liquid-propelled rocket. A black man from Washington, D.C. became a doctor and developed how to safely transfuse blood from one person to another. And a quiet guy from Wapakoneta, Ohio, stood upon the backs of these and thousands more of people who helped him take the first steps on the moon. There are thousands more of stories like this. And why? Ronald Reagan said this during his first inaugural address.
If we look to the answer as to why for so many years we achieved so much, prospered as no other people on earth, it was because here in this land we unleashed the energy and individual genius of man to a greater extent than has ever been done before. Freedom and the dignity of the individual have been more available and assured here than in any other place on earth.
And today, it doesn't seem the same as it used to be. That is because we have so many people and forces pulling this magical place called America apart. We must not let them win.
Hi, my name is Jenny. I'm a sophomore, and this is for all three of you. Can you say why America is the greatest country in the world?
It's not the greatest country in the world, Professor. That's my answer. Sure used to be. We stood up for what was right. We fought for moral reasons. We passed laws, struck down laws for moral reasons. We waged wars on poverty, not poor people. We sacrificed, we cared about our neighbors, we put our money where our mouths were, and we never beat our chest. We built great big things, made ungodly technological advances, explored the universe, cured diseases, and we cultivated the world's greatest artists and the world's greatest economy. We reached for the stars, acted like men. We aspired to intelligence. We didn't belittle it. It didn't make us feel inferior. We didn't identify ourselves by who we voted for in the last election, and we didn't scare so easy. We We were able to be all these things and do all these things because we were informed. First step in solving any problem is recognizing there is one. America is not the greatest country in the world anymore.
We are not what we used to be. That does not mean we can't be like that again. The greater fool is someone with the perfect blend of self-delusion and ego to think that he can succeed where others have failed. And in case you missed it, just the other day, a disabled African-American legal immigrant became the first trillionaire, and he created over 4,000 new millionaires with him. These new millionaires are people who mop floors, fix leaky pipes, serve cafeteria food, and other mundane yet critical tasks to keep this world moving forward. This one guy started out by making a commercially successful electric car, then reusable space rockets. Then he used the rockets to launch satellites and provided internet to the remote parts of the world. Then he had the audacity to put one of his cars on one of those rockets and send it to Mars. And the technologies that had to be developed to enable those things to happen are echoing through our country and economy like ripples from a dropped rock into a still pond. The United States was made by greater fools. That's why we are who we are. No one but America's try those risks.
What the hell are you doing here?
I'm applying for an internship.
Why?
I watched the show, and I read the New York Magazine article, and I know what a greater fool is. And I want to be one.
Ask me again.
I'm sorry.
Ask me your idiot question again.
What makes America the greatest country in the world?
You do.
I'm going to let Ronald Reagan from his 1964 speech, A Time for Choosing, have the last words here. Please take them to heart.
Winston Churchill said the destiny of man is not measured by material computations. When great forces are on the move in the world, we learn we're spirits, not animals. And he said there's something going on in time and space and beyond time and space, which, whether we like it or not, spells duty. You and I have a rendezvous with destiny. We'll preserve for our children this, the last best hope of man on earth, or we'll sentence them to take the last step into 1,000 years of darkness.
Stay safe, stay strong, stay bullet-free. Tell your family you love them every chance you get. Y'all have yourselves a wonderful day. If you made it this far, thank you. If you liked this content, please hit the like button to show your support. Help me get the word out by subscribing to my channel, and don't forget to turn notifications on so you know when I post new content. If you think this content would help your friends, the share button helps you get it out to your social media. Comments mean a lot to me, good or bad. Please leave one. All right, go forth and have a most excellent day.